You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. The reality is this, Scott. Trump's polling numbers are way down. There was one story I read coming in where he was yelling and screaming at his campaign manager on Friday for his failing poll numbers, but it's because he was running his mouth at news conferences and constantly lying to people. I mean, what you have here, this is the real deal here. What Donald Trump wants to do is he wants to shove everything to the states and say, yo, I'm good. I'm good. I did everything. I'm good. I'm playing. Y'all let me know what you need. That's why this whole deal, we're the backstop, we'll get this here. They do not want to assume any responsibility for this, and they want to blame, here's going to be the first thing, Democratic governors. Cuomo, Newsom, Pritzker in Illinois, the governor in Michigan. That's what the game here is. It's not to actually save Americans. That is not the plan here.
No, and it never has been. Remember, the 70 days. 70 days they waited. They created the problem, and now they want to be seen as saving America from the problem that they, in large part, created. So that's the first thing. The second of all, when you wait 70 days, you cannot lead at that point. And so the most convenient part is we're going to be a backstop for the states, and then he can blame the governors, as he blamed China for withholding information, as he blamed the World Health Organization for not being allegedly honest. But the buck stops with the federal government. The federal government should be leading on this effort. They've certainly got more money than the state. And what you're getting on the ground from the state governors and some Republican governors is completely inconsistent with what the press conferences, the information from the press conferences. And wouldn't it be ironic and fitting that the economy has tanked because they waited 70 days? The information that they're sharing isn't the truth on the ground, so his supporters and his detractors are being affected by it. They're not testing the people that they say that they have tested. The revenue, or rather the resources, aren't on the ground unless in some states there are. And so this is something that Donald Trump cannot politically run away from. It sits right in his lap, and it'll be interesting to see, notwithstanding the polling, how many people, Republicans, Democrats, and independents, blame the White House. I haven't seen the recent figures, but some of the figures I looked at 2 or 3 weeks ago, that the blame was sitting, even with some of his supporters, on his lap, because it's been documented what he did wrong. The virus doesn't care about politics or Donald Trump. It cares about infecting people, and you can't politicize or create false facts or fake facts to beat this virus. This virus is winning until we get our arms around it.
And look, again, at the end of the day, what this is the real motivation here, Eugene. Only thing Donald Trump can run on is the economy. And he is so desperate. He is so desperate to be able to say the economy came roaring back. See, stock market's going up. That's it. That's it. He knows he can't run on nothing else. That's it.
Can't run from it.
And look, this is what you're seeing, right? There's a poll released today that shows he's down in Texas to Biden by 1 point. Every other poll that's come out over the last week has shown him down to Biden in multiple places by 5 or 6 points. The economy is done for the year. I mean, the GDP report that came out today, the economy shrank 5%, and job losses and folk filing for unemployment skyrocketing week in, week out. And so his only thing that he could have run on was the economy, and that card is out the window. So he's freaking out because he knows that without the only positive message he possibly could have presented, he has nothing to run on. So he's putting pressure on all these red state governors to restart their economies. But, what he doesn't understand is that forcing these restarts early will actually cost lives, and a lot of those lives will be Trump supporters.
Cleo, I'm sitting here looking at the New York Times, and it says the U.S. coronavirus death toll is actually higher than reported. According to CDC data suggests total deaths in 7 hard-hit states are nearly 50% above normal. Mm-hmm. That's what the CDC is saying. when you look at these numbers, and they're talking about New York State, New Jersey, Michigan, Massachusetts, Illinois, Maryland, Colorado.
Well, this is to be expected with a respiratory virus, a virus that's transferred through spittle, through breath liquids, and people breathing. And so not everybody's wearing masks, and no one knows when they first came in contact with coronavirus. So I think that we're still going to be hearing more and more, as you have just showed us with that data. But I think it's interesting when you go back to Trump, is to understand that he has never been able to admit fault. He has never been able to admit when he's challenged. He's always used rhetoric and talking about how wonderful and how great and how excellent and how beautiful and how perfect things are to come off as winning. He's always been able to talk his way through things. And I'm not sure, because the man was a crook day one in 2016 and before when he was running, if he'll lose. I mean, obviously, statistically, it looks like he's going to lose because, as Eugene mentioned, he can't use the economy anymore to say, look how great I am. But we're being logical again. And logic is why people thought that he was not going to become president in the first place. There is some conscious or unconscious concern among his constituents and people who don't allow themselves to be known to be part of his constituents about white people staying in power. But at the same time, Biden is white, Biden is running, and Biden is not particularly affirming of black people in demonstrative ways while he's running. As you know, they're talking about hoping that he picks a black woman. That's a whole other topic. But the bottom line is that, getting back to Trump and this virus, he lost. We lost. And the reason that in the very beginning it took us so long to jump aboard and take care of this is because, again, he's very concerned about how he looks. And he didn't want to talk about any tears in what he was doing. And here we are. But we will see, and it's still a mystery from my perspective, if that's going to matter when it comes to the next election, even though Biden is an older white man too. So that helps. That will help in terms of creating some real competition for Trump.
All right.
Yeah, but Roland, one other thing is he can't grow from that 40%. He couldn't before, but he really can't now because of the economy and this pandemic.
Every single night, we've got some of the top black experts. You're not going to see them on cable news or broadcast news because you swear black people aren't experts when it comes to this health crisis. That's why we have this show and why we do what we do every day on Roland Martin Unfiltered. Joining us right now is retired General Russell Honore, the nation's first black Surgeon General, Dr. Joycelyn Elders. John Hope Bryant, he's the founder of Operation Hope. Senator Kamala Harris of California, Dr. Sadrina Calder, retired General Lloyd Austin, Congresswoman Karen Bass, Commissioner Omari Hardick, Bureau President in Brooklyn, Eric Adams, Dr. Joseph Graves, America's Wealth Coach, Deborah Owens, Dr. Corey Hebert, Patel Saul, Howard University student, Pastor Jamal Bryant, Dr. Christy McDowell, Benja Ajilore, senior economist at the Center for American Progress, Gilda Daniels, again, author of the book, The Crisis of Voter Suppression in America. 4 stars, General Kip Ward, Dr. Oliver Brooks is president of the National Medical Association, president of the American Medical Association, Dr. Patrice Harris, Joby Benjamin, Dr. Alexia Gaffney, infectious disease specialist, Dr. Georges Benjamin, executive director of the American Public Health Association, Malcolm Nance, family medicine physician, Dr. Jen Caudle, Dr. Tashaka Cunningham, a molecular biologist, Kat Stafford. She's a national race and ethnicity reporter for the Associated Press. Dr. Wayne A.I. Frederick, who is the president of Howard University, Congresswoman Yvette Clarke from the state of New York, William Spriggs, AFL-CIO economist, Andrea James, executive director of the National Council for Incarcerated and Formerly Incarcerated Women and Girls. All right, let's go to Capitol Hill. Congressman Gregory Meeks, Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson of Texas, Congresswoman Barbara Lee, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, mental health clinician Jamie Singletary, Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Brayboy, as well as Dylan Hayrie, ACLU Justice Division strategist. Dr. Cindy Duke, she is a virologist. Principal Steve Perry of Capitol Prep. Health and wellness specialist Dr. Yolandra Hancock. Desmond Meade, president of the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition. Cliff Albright, who is the co-founder of Black Voters Matter. Michael Harriet with The Root. Mina McWhorter, founder of Love by the Hand. Dr. Julianne Malvo, economist president, Emerita Bennett College. Coroner Michael Fowler is the mayor of Atlanta. Keisha Lance Bottoms, mental health therapist Suzette Clark. Justin Gibney, attorney and political strategist, and Bishop Vincent Matthews Jr. Dr. Suzette McKinney, CEO and executive director of the Illinois Medical District. Dr. Leon Madugal, president-elect of the National Medical Association. Jana Bailey, mayor of Moss Point, Mississippi, Mario King. We're going to keep driving this thing to make sure our people are fully aware, safe, protected from coronavirus. You're getting the top medical experts, the top business experts, top political experts, top religious experts, because that's why we do what we do. Unapologetically and unfiltered. Ain't nobody else in the black media space doing what we do. Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.